This guitar is going to be absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic. Wow. Okay. Today, we're going to work on this. This is the neck. I feel like this is one of the most important parts to the guitar's character and overall playing. And I want to work on it first. And I feel like this neck is a little thick and baseball shape kind of. And I want to reshape it. We need to cut the headstock out, mark the headstock. So, this is what we're going to do first. I found and downloaded the PDF offline. And I found that the 69 thin line, 72 thin line, 72 custom, 50s Esquire headstock was the size and shape that I wanted. See, there are other headstocks here. Like a 90s headstock is more thicker. Then you have the, 62 custom headstock, 50s. But I found that this here, let's see, that's a little bit longer, but I don't care for the shape of it as much. This is a good shape for me. It's pretty long. Let's say a bigger headstock gives you more sustain. I don't know about that, but I took it and I sized it so it would be exactly the 10 inches that it shows on the grid. You see? And trace the headstock. And then I can transfer it to the guitar. Got that traced out. I understand that everyone's not as good with a pen as I am. You can definitely just take this to the library or local Office Depot and have it printed out on some good thick paper, or you can just print it out at home. I just figured this was a better way for me to go so that I know it's the exact right size. Well, I could zip this off with power tools in just a jiffy, but that wouldn't be a very fun project, and that's kind of going against the whole idea here. You don't need power tools, small coping saw. Let's out on my knees. Let's start on this. I'm gonna go real slow, but I'll speed it up. If it takes a little extra time to get this done, I'm not worried about it. I plan on having this for my whole life. If you're doing it this way, don't worry about trying to keep it exactly on the line. You're going to sand it. You're going to sand it with rough sandpaper, then thinner sandpaper. Sometimes these things tend to happen. There we go. The cutting sideways on here is a little rough. Now we're going to loosen the blade up. Nice and tight. I'm going to stay far toward this end to try to keep control. We are cutting against the grain here. I'm gonna have to go the other direction. Trying to hold this together, because the one thing we don't want is a break or a split. It's kind of like tattooing. You got to work blind because your sawdust is in the way. As long as you take your time and don't get frustrated, you should be fine. Got about 1/8 of an inch. And there she goes. Boom. Telecaster headstock. It's leaned a little bit this way. That's all good. It's going to get super sanded. But that's the thing to understand. Don't be a little bit discouraged if it looks a little rough or whatever. You're going to sand it. You're going to work it. I would say whatever you do, don't go back and try to back cut this by hand. Don't try to cut anything like this by hand. We're just going to sand it till it's smooth. See this? Look at that. Oh no, a lot of people would go, ah! I'm just going to sand that. See how this is kind of sticking out a little bit? It's not exactly flat. I'm just going to sand that. Just sand it. It'll be fine. I do just a little bit of chisel work. Try not to tear the grain out. Gotta be real easy. And then it's just sanding. Lots and lots of sanding. See, like right here, I'm tearing grain out. I gotta turn around with it and come this way. And that's tearing out grain, so I'm done with that. I shaped it up a little bit flatter. Let's see here. I'm gonna get down into this pocket here. Try to eat on it just a little bit. Your finished product does not match the template 100%. Don't feel bad. I'm sure that fender does not match the template 100% either. Time to leave that alone and sand it. That'll completely undo that torn out grain. Boom. Yeah, I think I'll do a lot of the work with this. Well, here we go. We're just going to sit here and work on this then. Look at how much smoother that transition has gotten. See? Try to be aware of the grain of your wood. So, I also went to go get a plain 5-in-1 scraper because this will do a lot for you, smoothing in this ripped grain. Pencil. I grabbed me a piece of 60. It's sticky on the back. I could stick it on my palm sander and boop, but what's the fun of that? That ain't doing a kit. Let's knock this end off. Let's see. Jacked up. Let's fix that. Okay. About got her knocked out there. There's our basic shape. This right here is a little bit too sharp. Round it out. Alright, about to shape this neck. Knock them Fritz in good. Put a good angle on it. Flip the neck over. Do the same thing on this side. We're going to fill it. I still want these taken down. Well, them Fritz has obviously been worked already. I'm going to look at this neck. As you can see here, I'm marking the high spots. Marking the high spots. I'm going to sand them till they ain't high no more. Okay, look, it's fine, and then it comes here. See, so this right here be a high spot. We'll mark it with a pencil, sand it till the pencil mark is gone. 2000. Look at that headstock. Check this out. Now it's time to do the fretboard. People will tell you that you're supposed to tape up all these frets. You can do that if you want to. I think you have more likelihood of messing up the fretboard with the razor blade than you do messing the frets up with the sandpaper, as long as you're careful. I have a pretty good idea of what I'm about to do here. I'm going to take and measure the 12th fret. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now, I'm going to fold it. The reason I'm doing this is so that I won't have to take this and then cut it again, and then cut it again, then cut it again. I can work from here to here with this. Then I'll take this size and work from here to here with it. That way it only takes 2 pieces of sandpaper. I'm kind of trying to apply a little more pressure to the edges to kind of crown the fretboard. Now, I have an 80 grit. I'm going to try to find a 120. Here's 120. This will be a progressive sanding. I'm sure you can guess how it all goes. You hit it with 80. Then you hit it with 120. So here's after using a piece of 80. Here it is. Okay. You can see that a lot of the scratches. Let's touch this. A lot of the scratches from using those other ones are gone. And you see we're starting to get a little bit of a rounded edge here. I especially worked it in here so I can get in here and grind it. And you see the frets are standing a little taller than they were. That way you can really get in there and grind it. I like a jumbo fret myself. I like a tall fret. Now, this is good enough. I mean, it really was good enough to begin with. But now I'm going to hit it with 120. So this is what we've got after 120. There's not as many scratches at all. Looks pretty decent in here. Pretty smooth feeling. But the frets The frets are a good bit taller. You see how they're dipped in now. It's like where people take and scallop the frets, but not nearly as bad. And you also have to think that the shellac, the varnish, is gonna fill that in, because I'm gonna spray this with polyurethane. Okay, now I'm gonna hit it with a Scotch-Brite. That's now pretty good, as that removed all the scratches. And every one of these frets has a worked look to it. You can see that they're dipped in. That'll allow you to grab and grind it up. I don't believe I'll go any further with that. I think that has fine. So now I'm going to look at the leveling of the frets. They seem pretty level to me. They look pretty tall. I may just rub them down with a Scotch-Brite. Yes, the frets look pretty level. So I think what I'll do is just run this Scotch-Brite up and down them. Well, that appears to have dulled them out. No, I have a secret. I'm going to show you. This is my secret. This is a nail buffing tool. Now, watch this. Now, look at that shine. Now I'm going to clean it up and check this. Oh, that still feels fine. That still feels fine. Maybe hit it with a Scotch-Brite. Just a little here on the edges. That's it there. There's the neck. So I tried to replicate my favorite old guitar, which is an old Strat neck on it. I don't really know what year Strat neck it is, but it's pretty dang old, as you can see from the patina on it. But I got the size and the feel of these almost identical. That C shape, maybe this one's a little bit more flat on the back and this one's a little bit more round. Just right here in the middle. But really, it is the same to me. Very fast neck. Yeah, good C shape. C shape going more of a V up here. C shape more of a V up here. Oh yeah. I like this right here. When you're doing the cowboy chords up here. Yep. Perfect. Maybe we'll go about right here with our little dot. Because first thing I need is this nut right here. Now I'm sure this nut's going to need to be cut down. But I need to place it in here and look at it. Just to see right about where our string holder needs to be. that looks like about a fine place for it. I'm just going to put these down hand tight. And we'll fast forward to the point when I have all that done. Check out how awesome this is. Yes. Yes, man. Okay, now I need to mark all the screw holes so that I know where to put the screw holes. Rig us up a drill and start putting holes in it. Ah! Put a small drill bit in it that is much smaller than the shaft of these screws. Not insanely small, but enough to let the threads grab. And I've looked at the size of the screw and went, you know, let the screw eat just a little bit. I'll try to make sure that I touch this tape exactly on the tape, because that's exactly how long the screw is. Just a little bit more. And then there we go. Because you got to think about, it's always going to be holding something down. Okay, so let's drill the hole for the string hold down. I'll remove these tuners and drill the holes in the back where I've marked them. There we go. Now this thing is ready for paint. Next thing to start on would be the body. Oh yeah. Well, you guys saw me turn this into this. You need to subscribe. If you want to see me put all this on this, or use this to put this on this.